The light.
Let me see.
Dumbbell.
Look, where?
Right here.
Looks like we're looking for fleas. Look.
Gee. No, where exactly?
Right there. It itches right there. It feels like my hair is curling. Is it?
Yes.
There's something crawling.
There's money in there.
Oh, kidding. You're kidding.
Well, check, wait a minute.
Dandruff, maybe. Mites,
I'm
no.
chasing her, wait a minute.
Is your mother particulars there, Davy?
What's that? Particulars?
I don't know.
Ridiculous.
What's particular?
Ridiculous.
Lousy.
Shoot.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
I just finished my book about all those ecclesiastics, Colonel.
See, I told you I
I just
chased.
finished my book about all those ecclesiastics.
Your book on what?
About all those ecclesiastics.
What are enthusiasts?
I don't know that.
Those strip teasers.
Strip teasers?
Yeah.
Why are you reading about something like that, Daddy? I know it gets dull.
Well, that's the only way they can make it.
Make what?
Live. They've got to shed their shells every so often.
I thought you were talking about people.
No.
Not necessarily. So they shed their skeletons piece by piece, like ecclesiasts, you know. And they do it by ecdysis.
Yeah.
The only thing of it
I
is they've been
understand.
describing crabs like that for years and years and years. It was only when Gypsy Rose Lee's publicity director got a hold of the definition that he called her an ecclesiast, that ruined it for the crabs.
Ah. Gee whiz. I can't even spell it.
Watch on the screen.
Okay, go
Having fun.
You're supposed to be up there too, baby.
That's my antenna, not my horns.
Look, you don't watch him go down here. I'll watch him come up.
I look like Moses.
You know,
Moses.
Yeah.
since you moved these plants down here on box music box here, one of them made a pass at me already.
Really?
Reached out to grab me, he couldn't reach far enough quite.
You mean my praying hands one?
And I thought I saw him making a grab for me.
Yeah, he moved.
He was
didn't
just
reach
trying to
that-
bless you.
He didn't reach that far quite.
Oh, dear.
Very dull, Roger, very dull.
I noticed.
Will we make a commercial again?
Yeah, let's all take turns making commercials.
Okay, dummy.
I don't know what kind of commercial
Start
to
with me
make.
first. Start with me
No.
first.
You make a commercial. I don't know any. I already made my commercial about my hands. Ugly spots.
Is that what you wanted, Carol?
What?
Just leave it there on one person, huh?
You ain't gonna taping that, are you?
First?
Are you taping it?
Sure.
Oh, why waste the tape?
I always want it to be a person that gives the news.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Give her the news.
Okay.
In my bathroom.
Well, they don't know that. They think it's a fur coat. You can't tell what that's. Don't say what it is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight I would like to read to you from the Washington Post. It's Thursday, February the 7th, 1980. And the U.S. expects to have sting indictments within 90 to 120 days.
Long time, kids.
No.
Don't go holding your breath.
I don't like that subject, so we'll go on quickly to another.
Maureen Bunyan is reading Lincoln's second inaugural address. The function next week, I guess it is.
Arlene Bunyan?
No, Maureen.
Maureen Bunyan?
Maureen.
Sorry, Maureen.
Read about the U.S. there.
7 pounds of uncut heroin from Iran.
You're not supposed to hold the paper up in front of the camera, dummy. What kind of news person are you? You're going to be an anchor person. You're going to be tied to the end of one.
3 suspected dealers are seized here. The owner of a downtown Washington restaurant and 2 others were arrested yesterday after drug agents seized nearly 7 pounds of heroin.
You know how they always change
That
cameras.
law enforcement officials said had been smuggled directly from an Iranian heroin
She is.
processing plant. Law enforcement authorities said the street value, it's a red light.
You're supposed to know that's the camera, it's on you.
What's the red light for?
To show you that's the camera, it's on you.
Law enforcement authorities said the street value of the drugs was at least $32 million and described it as perhaps the highest quality and largest quantity of uncut heroin ever seized here.
Let's make another subject.
Drug enforcement administrative agents reportedly promised a $5 million down payment for the drugs to be delivered to the southwest.
We're down.
Enough of that.
We kept an air in there, and there
we have
Give the weather.
We have a shoe commercial. Shoe
Okay.
commercial.
Give the weather.
and then say that was a fly.
Fly?
Yeah.
Are your shoes letting me down? Get some.
What
Come
does
on. Get some Nikes, man. They're number one.
Okay, you talk about Nikes.
Now, let me
It's a
see.
commercial.
your feet smell?
As you know,
I'll give you
Ron,
that.
you built
You
up
be quiet
something.
Yeah.
on the news now, 'cause
Isn't that excellent stuff? I mean, it is top
your nose
quality.
run?
Top quality. Look at that. Nice.
Davy,
Huh?
does your nose run?
I better go.
Do your feet smell?
Now,
he's trying to do a commercial.
I know.
get rid of this thing.
Hey, that's the nose person.
Get out of here.
Yeah, give me a commercial.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay,
Okay.
you're on.
Thank you.
Look, let's see what a fancy dress she's got on.
Just see George Washington in the back. On the back.
I hardly know where to
And here.
I gotta show the byline in case they get mad at me.
Oh, excuse me.
Oops, my legs
There you
too.
go.
Your legs. Their legs were-
Down they're way off.
Don't make it too short.
Okay, dummy.
Okay. Are you ready now?
You can do read the
This
comics.
is ABC.
Now I'm going to do what I do best, read the comics.
You're supposed to
one-
laugh every once in a while.
This one is Croc. I like Croc.
Oh, that's good.
There are some new recruits that come to the Foreign Legion. And one of the officers comes out and tells the men, in the Legion you live like dogs. And there's someone listening in the side. March for weeks across the steaming sands without food and go for months without a hot bath. And the guy says, I knew he'd throw in a sweetener.
I thought you were going to say hot tub.
Put the paper down, dummy.
That's all you're going to hear on the tape. The paper down, don't it?
Oh, they don't have any good ones in here this time.
Needlesmith. Whoops.
For those of you who have children who take off their shoes to do dumb commercials, and you really have to have a nose spray, here you go. That's right. You know what this is? I don't know either.
Hey,
That's decongestant.
hey,
What?
stick it up your nose.
Okay. It's sticking in my ear. There you go.
You didn't say what it was or what you used.
Well, I don't even know what it is.
Can't you read?
Afrin.
Okay, that's what it is.
Nasal spray.
And what you do with it is you stick it up your nose.
Yeah.
All right, now,
You spray it up your nose.
indications. In just a few minutes, a single dose as...
A single dose will do you.
Right. And believe me, folks, one dose of this and you can smell the skunk 3 miles away, okay? Now, there's warnings. Do not exceed recommended doses. Alright, remember that now. Then, don't let your brother use this, because use by more than one person could lead to infection.
And scum.
And scum.
No,
Yeah. You know the little
scumitis.
Right. You know the little runts that hang around your neighborhood? Well, they love these things. They like to take off the little caps and go, ch-ch.
Don't do.
Don't get it in your eyes.
And don't get it anyway.
Hey, see? Listen to that. It works, too, okay? Here, how about you try some?
You ruined my nose.
Well,
Good. Now back to you, Jane.
And now I'd like to tell you
that's
about...
enough. Next commercial.
Just when I'm getting warmed up.
Give it
Oh.
to the lady.
And now I'd like to tell you about all the wonderful events that are happening in our area. For leisure, there's a jazzercise demonstration today at 6 and 7 p.m. at St. James Episcopal Church.
What about the Catholic Church?
Well, it's ecumenical.
Ecumenical?
5614 Old Mill Road. Mount
Wait a
Vernon.
minute. I want to get my dictionary. I don't know
Call
what ecumenical is.
549-6624 for information. Also, this year, we're getting fuzzy.
Give me just a few minutes.
Alexandria's
I got
annual
this
Old
section.
Homes Tour takes place Saturday, noon to 4 p.m. The tour is part of the month-long George Washington birthday celebration, sponsored by the City of Alexandria's George Washington Birthday Committee. 8 privately owned 18th century and 19th century restored homes, as well as Mount Vernon Plantation, will be included on the tour. 4 of the homes have never been shown before. The tour will be followed by an afternoon teas from 4 to 5 in the afternoon.
Tease?
At the... They're not going to tease you, they're going to give you real food. At the George Washington National Masonic Memorial and Robert E. Lee Boyhood Home. Tickets are $4 in advance. Watch it. And you can call 549-0205 for more information.
And now,
Back to the commercial.
all right, no. This is, believe it or not, this
An
sports.
editorial.
All right. Now, Larry Bird, he can go talking and say, well, my specialty's passing, that's all I ever do. Then there's Wes Unseld who says, I like to set picks, dish it off to the open man. But don't believe that trash. They all want to shoot. I mean, everybody wants to shoot, okay? So, when you see good old Wes Unseld saying, I dished it off to Elvin, that's cool, forget it, man. He wants to go in for a slam dunk. I mean, as in Daryl Dawkins, okay? And, man, Larry Bird, I mean, if you watch one game, you know he takes his share of three-point shots. When a shooter is on, man, the game is his. Let him have it, okay? But when he's off the pits, I mean, you can just send him home and his parents don't want to recognize him. Now,
Here's your sweater.
thank you. Now, like it, folks? I think so. I knitted it myself. Anyway, this is from Woolite. I wash it in Woolite all the time. Now, there, see, they endorse they sponsor this trash, so I had to do one commercial. Thank you, Bob. Now,
Wait a minute.
we
We got a word from Napoleon. Hi, Napoleon.
That's what Lucy was doing on the show today, pulling her straps up.
They pulling everything up, I'm holding my pain.
Now,
Whoops.
the Bullets. You know who they have? That's right. They have John Williamson from the Nets. They traded him for Roger Federer. Now, this isn't an average trade because the Bullets are kind of desperate for a shot at the playoffs. So, what'd they get? That's right, another shooter. You know what that means. That's right. Now, I'm not going to tell you because
What does it mean?
What does what mean?
who let this lady in here, man? Hey, security, get this woman out of here.
Watch my head.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now,
Whoops.
Williamson, he wants that ball, okay? I mean, he wants that ball. Now, man, we don't have room for another shooter. I mean, I'll have, our show is about to cut off, folks.
What is that red light?
So, that's it from, that's right, me. Thank you.
And
Have a nice day.
Oh.
And now I'd like to make a special appeal to all the single women in our audience. I happen to have
That's right.
a brother whose name is Roger. I won't tell you his last name or give you his phone number because I don't want him to be deluged with phone calls. However, he has this beautiful little townhouse in Richmond, and he works at night for the newspaper. And there's absolutely no way that he can meet eligible young ladies. Now, I realize not everybody in the world should be married. All right? I've done it, and...
Her life is over.
You've done it, huh? And there's the results.
Hey, now look, that's good.
Not everyone is
good.
cut out for marriage. However, why should he be the only person happy in this world, right? Now, he says he can come to my house for kids and to my mother's for good cooking. And he does this quite regularly.
Looks sincere.
And he also does an awful lot of work around the house. He's very handy. He can do most anything. I mean, if you really want a man who can have your supper ready for you when you come home from work, girl, he will be there cooking with his little apron on, and he knows how to take out the garbage and
He has trained
kindling,
goldfish.
and
One.
and he's very congenial.
Yeah.
So, if you want to meet a man that is really one in a million, I wish you'd get in touch with this TV channel. Good night.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's supposed to go bitty, 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 bitty.
Yes,
That's almost.
true.
Now,
That's all,
That's
folks.
all, folks.
now,
Enough, Roger, enough. Mercy, mercy. You get away from
No.
Mama, get away from the machine. Okay.
You can start playing, Dad.
Oh!
Dad!
Start playing, it's just the tape.
I think he's just trying to be funny.
He's playing to the camera.
You're kidding me.
Dad!
You're gonna make her nervous and she ain't gonna wanna do it.
Start playing the piano, please.
You didn't get her taking the tape off.
That's okay. Okay.
I cut underneath the knot and now I can't seem to get anything.
Well, let me see.
Over here.
You already got it out. There it is, right there.
Smile for the camera, Mary.
Look at that paper. Oh, don't get my hair.
You can get Dad to pull his pants up.
Gab off.
My name is Brian Wooton, and this is Total Information Sports. Well, the Washington Redskins used something they haven't done lately. They have farmed out Billy Kilmer, but not to a farm team. They have put former quarterback Billy Kilmer out to stud. Yes, Billy Kilmer joined Sonny Jurgensen and Joe Namath at the Holly Farm Stud Farm in Lexington, Kentucky. Says Billy about his move, well, I never was too good at multiplication in high school. In related news, Wilt Chamberlain today is the proud father of a son. Apparently, young Chamberlain takes after his father. His date of birth is listed as February 27th, 28th, and 29th. In a major trade, the Bullets traded their mascot, Tiny, for the San Diego Chicken. Apparently, Tiny is not too happy about the trade because of the lack of trees in the San Diego area. In other Bullets news, the Bullets have been purchased by the X-Lax Corporation. Apparently, this is to help the Bullets with their offensive movement. It is also expected to help them with their running game. It was termed by officials as a smooth move by Abe Pollin. And finally, as you probably well know, there is a major bicycle race up in Montreal, Canada, the site of the 1976 Summer Olympics. The International Bicycle Racing Championship is expected to be dominated by Belgian Eddy Merckx. As a tragic note, in a preliminary race, Polish bicycle racer Wopolaw Stanislawski was very seriously injured when the bicycle he was racing burst a tire, spun out, and burst into flame as it hit the wall. It took officials 20 minutes to cut the pole from the wreckage. For Total Information News, my name is Brian Wooton. Good evening, this is Brian Wooton for Total Information Sports. In one of a number of decisions that will stir controversy in the NCAA National Basketball Championship draw, Syracuse was seeded #1 in the East yesterday over Georgetown, a team that had beaten the Orangemen twice in the last 2.5 weeks. The 48-team draw will include, that the NCAA Basketball Committee released yesterday afternoon was full of surprises. Georgetown, winner of its last 13 straight games, being seeded in the 3rd in the East behind Maryland, who had beaten twice this year. The Terps and Hoyas, each awarded a first-round bye of its draw, plays Saturday in familiar Greensboro, North Carolina, against the winner of Thursday's Furman, Tennessee game. In other sports, following the 48th game as coach of the Washington Capitals, Coach Gary Green finally unloaded on the officials. Green's specific target last night was referee Al Lejeune, who was also serenaded by the Capitol Center crowd of 7,771 with the chant, "We want a ref." Closely associated with the Capitol complaints was a 3-1 loss to the Colorado Rockies in a game that was vital to the Capitol's playoff hopes. Providing added frustration to Washington's post-game outlook was the loss of in the second period of defensemen Rick Green and Pat Ribble. Green aggravated a bruise on his left knee, and Ribble injured his right hand. Well, it didn't take Lawrence Boston long to show the Bullets that he may be just what they need for their drive to the playoffs of the National Basketball Association. Boston signed a 10-day Bullet contract Saturday, made a smashing debut Saturday against the Indiana Pacers at the Capitol Center with a 14-point, 12-rebound effort in 18 minutes as the Bullets punished the Pacers 118-104. He just has a nose to the ball, Coach Dick Motta said of the 23-year-old Boston. If he can just give us 5 or 6 minutes a half like he did today, he can really help us. Howard University, which accomplished 1/2 of its goal for the season Saturday night by winning its 20th game of the season, picked up the other half today by stopping South Carolina State 75-69 for the championship of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference before a snowed-in crowd of 4,110 at Winston-Salem Coliseum. The Bison, now 21-7, celebrated their first MEAC victory after having reached the finals 4 times, twice under coach A.B. Williamson, before returning to their hotel in hopes of a possibility of a call from the NIT selection committee. But it never came. When the pairings were announced, Howard was not among them. And finally, the Netherlands' Hilbert van Dwim, 21-year-old teacher, took the World Speed Skating Championship from U.S. star Eric Heiden today in one of the sport's biggest upsets. Van der Dwim ended Heiden's string of 3 straight world championships that had surrounded the Americans since before his sweep of the 5 gold medals in the Olympics at Lake Placid. For Total Information Sports, my name is Brian Wooton. Now,
Might have lighted